Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 2 is here. Week 1 is in the books. And Shoot the Moon, top 10 right here. We got Crash at 93 points leading the pack. We got Watts, the third, at 92. B. Brown, 77 at 91 points. And Deshaun Watson wears a bathing suit cover. Is that right? Really? Anyway, 91 points. All of them at 10 and 6. The week winner would be you have to win more than 1 week, and at the end of the year, whoever wins the most weeks wins that prize. And then we got Uncle Jay at 11 and 5 with the most won picks. He's leading the ATS winner right now. 0 confidence points. So maybe I didn't understand this. I had another video. When you take your pick, you have to. There's a drop down after each game, and you have to select either 1 through 16. How confident are you on that game? So there's a handful of people that made their picks, but didn't put anything in the drop down in the confidence points. Make sure you do that. We have a long way to go. Anything can happen. So to get back up the track, especially someone who got 11 and 5 and didn't make any selection for their confidence points. You know, snooze you lose. I can't change anything. But yeah, make sure you select that drop down at the end on the far right of your pick. So 1 through 16, how confident are you at that game? That's why they call it confidence point. All right, so on with some news about the channel here. I had a few people requesting they like the old format better. So what am I supposed to do? Just like say, okay, well, the contest is over, we're going back to the old format? No, I'm going to play it out throughout the season, see how this format goes. If no one likes it, you know, I'll do a voting system at the end of the season, see how well that works. And at the end of the picks I give my best bets on who I like, and I also do my under and over still over on Twitter. So you're still getting some of the old mixed in with some of the new. Also the contest only allows 100 people, so it capped off at 100 people. So there's no room. Everybody's playing. So you know got rid of some of the deadbeats that joined but didn't play, and so yeah. Maybe next year, if it goes like this format again, if everybody likes it, maybe someone can tell me where to go other than Yahoo that has more than 100 people. They didn't tell you that you could only have 100 people. So live and learn. This is a trial basis, see how it goes. This week I'm in 34th place. I got 58 confidence points. The group average is 48.7 confidence points. So I'm above the average, in the top third or so. My week I win, lose. Just like that, all green at the top half and the bottom half all lose. I mean, come on, can't make this stuff up. One more thing, Tyler Hydraulics messaged me in the chat or on the channel last week. He said, according to Las Vegas books, if a team does not play, even if it's given a loss by the NFL, it'll be considered no action. So if they do not play the specified game day, you will have a no action on that specific game. So that means teams that forfeit equals no action. That means if you do place money on a bet and say the team, you know, has to forfeit for, you know, they get infected or whatever the case is, they turn to zombies, who knows, and they don't play the game, then you get rewarded that money back. So that's nice to know, and thanks Taylor for letting me know that information, because I didn't know. It hadn't happened yet. I've never seen it happen in the NFL, so good to know. All right, that being said, let's get on with the picks. First off, we got the Thursday night football game. We got the New York Giants traveling to the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins are a 3-point home favorite. On this game, Washington did lose at home to the Giants at 23-20, so it's always going to be a close game. Last year the Giants won by 20. And you're picking against Danny Jones versus Taylor Heineke. That's his name. Heineke is Fitzpatrick. He dislocated his hip and he's on the IR list. So you got a, not maybe we'll say less than average quarterbacks. I'm thinking the Giants had a bad game last week. Washington started out the season at 2-7. So yeah, give me the Giants plus that 3 point. Next we got Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are a 3-point home favorite. Andy Dalton versus old team. Lost in prime time last week on Sunday Night Football. Montgomery looked good. Joe Burrow, they got a little lucky with Minnesota, spitting the ball out at the end. He did win in overtime. But yeah, I'm getting Luck versus, Andy Dalton prime time. Andy, I think, is going to bounce back against his old team. So give me Chicago minus that 3 point. Next, we got the Houston Texans at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are a 12.5 point favorite. Baker Mayfield in Kansas City looked awesome, except for that last interception at the very end. Looked great. The Colt Cleveland, top notch. Tyrod Taylor had a great game too. But they played Jacksonville. That's what everybody's going to look at. They're going to look, Houston only played Jacksonville, and Cleveland, kept up with Kansas City in Kansas City. Tyrod Taylor, he does have a Super Bowl ring, and believe it or not, Super Bowl 47. I know he's like a backup quarterback, but he did play for the Cleveland Browns. Maybe a little bit of revenge on that. And he did look against, Jacksonville. But, 12.5 points is just way too much for me. So give me Houston plus that 12.5 points. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford. Like I said, top notch. He'll be definitely going to the playoffs. He looked like that game was nothing to him destroying Chicago last Sunday night. The Colts have kind of a bad O-line. Their secondary is injured. There's not really no playmaker. Carson Wentz, not really much of a playmaker on the Colts. Here we got a whole slew of stars and playmakers with the Rams. So yeah, I know it's like too good to be true, and a lot of people say, hey, if it looks too good to be true, don't bet on it. But I'm sorry, man, I can't do it. It's only 4 points. So give me the Rams minus that 4 points. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Miami. Miami is a 3-point home dog. They beat New England last week. It was a close game. They had an impressive defense. But on the other side of the ball, Buffalo Bills, they made a bunch of mistakes, turnovers, had a block punt at the end, pretty much closed it off. If they just avoid those mistakes and have a decent game, last year they won both meetings against Miami, 31-21 and 37-20. I think they will bounce back, so give me that Buffalo minus 3 points. Next, we got the New England Patriots traveling to the New York Jets. The New York Jets are a 5.5 point home dog. Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones, a couple of rookies. This game, no brainer. I'm taking, the home team, 5.5 points. If this was 3 points, I might take New England, but it's 5.5. And they're both rookies. Zach Wilson, he did sling the ball down the field. He might not be as accurate as Mac Jones was last week, but then again, they're both playing two different teams now. So, yeah, give me the home team, New York Jets, with the 5.5 points. Next, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are a 3.5 point home dog. Not much travel for this game because San Francisco, they practice in West Virginia. They did have some injuries last week against Detroit. That kind of concerns me. Philadelphia, they look real impressive against Atlanta. How really good is Atlanta? They might be real good. And, Eagles might have that stout defense. You don't know yet. Jalen Hurts looked really solid. So yeah, give me the home dog. Give me Philadelphia plus that 3.5 points. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers are a 6-point home favorite. Pittsburgh home opener. They won that game, like I said, off of some turnovers and a blocked punt. Las Vegas won it in OT. Impressive comeback. They were down up to 14 points by the first half. You know, they came back. They are off a short week though, and they had to travel to the East Coast. So give me Pittsburgh minus 6 points. Next, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints are 1-0, both undefeated teams. Sam Darnold for Carolina looked pretty good, no complaints there. I was kind of worried near the end. According to our pool, the Jets did cover the spread at the end by a hook, which kind of, yeah, right, I can't believe it. Anyways, New Orleans, they won last year with Drew Brees 42-10, so, but there's two different quarterbacks on both teams. And New Orleans, you know, ATS wise is 8-3 as a road favorite, which is pretty good. But, you know, I think, you know, when they played Green Bay, maybe Green Bay kind of gave up. I don't know. They didn't look good at all. This is kind of a back-to-back road game as well for New Orleans Saints because they had to play in Jacksonville. Now they're playing in Carolina. You know, it's some traveling there. I don't know. Like I said, it looks too good to be true. Everybody's going to say, hey, New Orleans destroyed Green Bay. And here we got Carolina, who just, you know, barely beat the Jets by 5 points. Give me Carolina and that 3.5 points. Next, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars are a 6-point home dog. This is the biggest overreaction, I think, from week 1. 6 points. You know, Denver, you know, Bridgewater looked really good. He always starts out good at the beginning of the season and not so much. You know, he kind of trickles down, you know. And this is the beginning of the season. He did look excellent in week 1, no doubt about it, beating the Giants. But, you know, the Giants. They're back-to-back road games as well. Jacksonville, you know, they're on their home opener. Trevor Lawrence, you know, they did lose to Houston in Houston. But, man, 6 points. Give me that Jacksonville, and it's going to be a tough one to swallow. Give me Jacksonville plus that 6 points. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals are a 4-point home favorite. Minnesota, a ton of mistakes, a ton of penalties last week. Cost them the game with that fumble. What could I say? You know, they did not look good. Maybe they cleaned it up, but Arizona looked, wow. They look, like I said, I knew they were improved on defense, but to the point where, you know, they're getting a ton of sacks. Minnesota, can they keep up with that offense? I don't know. And Kyler Murray and the defense shined in Tennessee 38-13. This is their home opener. So yeah, give me Arizona -4. Next, we got the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a 12-point home favorite. Tom Brady against the last 2 games against Atlanta has a 394.5 passer rating, and it's unbelievable against Atlanta. Atlanta's defense is so bad. Matt Ryan couldn't even score a TD at home against Philadelphia last week. You know, 12.5 points. I see this shooting up. Probably won't reach 14. But, you know, Tampa Bay, their cornerback, you know, their star cornerback, got injured last week, so they're kind of running a bunch of rookies. I think, you know, if Matt Ryan does bounce back a little bit, he will have some success throwing the ball. 12.5 points might be a little bit too much. So give me Atlanta plus that 12.5 points. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers are a 3-point home favorite. Justin Herbert versus Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had a longer week, but they had to travel back-to-back games. Like I said, 3 points, home favorite. This is pretty much standard stuff here. Dallas usually has pretty good success on traveling the West Coast. So yeah, give me Dallas plus that 3 points. Next, we got the Tennessee Titans traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are a 5.5-point favorite. Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll at home opener. Yeah, looking good, but that 5.5 points, they're not the ones that are going to jump out in front of anybody and score a ton of points. Can they do it? Of course they can. You know, Tennessee, you know, they didn't look good at all last week. I think keeping it on the ground, you know, time consuming the ball, Derrick Henry having a good game, you know, and keeping it out of Russell Wilson's hands, I think they will have some success or leave the game close. So give me Tennessee plus 5.5 points. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City Chiefs are a 4-point road favorite. Baltimore, short week, lost badly right at the end against Las Vegas. They are badly injured. Lamar Jackson's 0-3 versus Pat Mahomes. Yeah, and the last two meetings, they won by double digits, you know, Kansas City has. So it's kind of hard to take Baltimore, so I'm taking Kansas City minus 4 points. And last but not least, we got the Monday night game, the great Detroit Lions traveling to the Lambeau Field. The Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers did not look good last week. They said it's, you know, it's only week 1, they got 16 weeks to go, not to worry, blah, blah, blah. Everybody in the NFC North is 0-1, so it don't really matter. I get it, but 10.5 points. I always say my rule of thumb of Detroit and Green Bay, if it's over 8, you know, take Detroit. If it's under 8, take Green Bay. And here it is, 10.5 points. So I'm taking Detroit, you know. In the last 4 games, let's put it this way, last 4 games, Green Bay has won, but it's been by 7 points or less. There you go, fits my rule of thumb. Give me Detroit plus that 10.5 points. All right, that's about it. Again, I'm going to give my best bets, the ones I will be, you know, laying some money on, will be Kansas City Chiefs minus 4, the Houston Texans plus 12.5, the Rams minus 4, and Detroit plus 10.5. Those are my best bets of the week. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, I will give you my best unders and overs. I went 2 out of 3 on my unders and overs last week, so follow that. Again, I'm not reverting back to the old scheme of things. Maybe if this don't pan out, people don't like it. All it goes according to views and revenue. If I get more revenue, I'm going to put a bigger contest next week or next year. And if it less, then, you know, I'll go back the old way. So you guys will decide that. Plus, I'll have a survey at the end of the year saying old format, new format. Let me know. I will see you next week. Peace.